Today, we're unpacking a story that, well, let's be honest, it might hit a little too close to home for a lot of us. It's about money, sure, but more importantly, it's about the psychological traps we fall into when we're really just trying to survive and feel some sense of dignity. We are going to trace the journey from living paycheck to paycheck, completely empty-handed, to achieving actual, lasting financial security.
So, tell me if this sounds familiar. Have you ever received your hard-earned salary, felt that awesome brief moment of relief, and then looked at your bank account just a week later and wondered, where on earth did all my money actually go? It's a remarkably heavy feeling, right? It's really the core struggle of the working class. You put in the hours, you do all the heavy lifting, but the reward just seems to vanish into thin air before the month has even really begun.
And that brings us to a super fascinating hypothetical. Think about this for a second. If your salary literally doubled tomorrow, would your life actually change? Or would you simply spend more and still end up anxiously waiting for the next payday? It's so easy to just assume that earning more money is this magical cure-all for our financial stress. But as we're about to see from our source material today, the size of the paycheck might not actually be the real culprit here.
All right, let's dive into part 1, the paycheck illusion, living on the edge. To really wrap our heads around this illusion, the source introduces us to a 24-year-old named Michael. Michael's a supermarket attendant, and he firmly believes his tiny salary is the single reason he just can't get ahead. He thinks wealthy people are wealthy simply because, well, they have a bigger income. But let's be clear, Michael is absolutely not lazy. The guy is up before the sun. He walks 40 minutes just to get to his job and spends his entire day on his feet carrying heavy boxes. By the time he clocks out, his back aches and he's soaked with sweat. And where does he go home to? A tiny rented room with an old mattress on the floor and a roof that literally leaks when it rains. He's putting in exhausting physical labor, yet his salary barely covers his basic survival. Sometimes he even has to skip dinner just to afford bus fare for the next morning.
But here's where the trap springs. Day 1, the salary hits, and Michael suddenly feels rich. Boom. By day 2, he's out with his friends. They're hitting the clubs, buying expensive drinks they definitely can't afford, and taking photos pretending life is just perfect. He even buys new shoes so people don't think he's poor. But by day 7, the high is completely gone. His wallet is totally empty, and from day 8 to 30, he's trapped in this solemn, quiet reality, just desperately waiting and praying for the next payday. It's an incredibly toxic, exhausting loop. It's crazy when you compare the two. For just a few fleeting hours, payday Michael buys the expensive drinks and feels like he belongs. He's king of the world in those brand new shoes. But flash forward just a week later. Michael walks past a restaurant, smells roasted chicken, but only has enough cash in his pocket for a single loaf of bread. He literally has to stand there watching other people eat before quietly walking away to count the agonizing days until he gets paid again. He has essentially created this grand illusion of wealth just to hide his poverty.
Which brings us to part 2, the wake-up call, a harsh reality.
So, how do you actually break out of a cycle like that? Well, it usually takes a serious shock to the system. One Saturday evening, Michael's walking home, the sun's setting, kids are playing, it's a peaceful night, but then he hears shouting. He turns and sees the landlord, who is just absolutely furious, and a terrified family standing out on the street holding 2 small bags, literally everything they own. It's a live eviction right in front of him. The wife is crying, their little girl is clinging to her dress, and the tenant is desperately begging, promising to pay next month. The landlord just shakes his head and delivers this utterly devastating line. He says, "I've heard that every month you work, but you never plan. Leave." Just let the gravity of those words sink in for a second. The source points out that Michael stood completely frozen on the side of the road because those words didn't just apply to the evicted tenant. They struck Michael right to his absolute core. You work, but you never plan. Michael looks down at his own worn-out shoes, looks over toward his tiny, leaky room, and this terrifying question hits him like a ton of bricks. What if one day I am standing exactly where that man is? I want to bounce that realization directly over to you. Have you ever had a moment where you saw someone else's financial disaster and realized, wait, I'm only 1 or 2 bad paychecks away from that exact same fate? It is a deeply sobering thought.
Moving right along to part 3, the power of a plan. Taking control.
That terrifying fear, it becomes Michael's catalyst. Instead of sleeping in the very next day, he makes a huge decision. He walks right into the town library, seeking real knowledge instead of short-term thrills. He finds a book on building wealth, takes it home and reads this one sentence in the first chapter that basically flips his entire worldview. A small salary is not your biggest problem. A lack of a plan is. He just stares at the page. It perfectly describes his whole existence. It's his ultimate epiphany, right? It's not about magically making $1 million overnight. It's about what you do with the dollars you already have in your pocket.
So Michael implements a brand new payday routine. Step 1, he pays his rent immediately. Non-negotiable. Step 2, he buys only the absolute necessities. Step 3, he starts cooking simple meals at home instead of eating out. And Step 4, he saves a small amount before spending a dime on anything else. He even starts writing down every single expense in this tiny notebook. When his coworkers inevitably invite him out, he declines. They laugh at him, ask if someone made him old. When they literally mock his little notebook, you know what he does? He just smiles and tells them it might not make him rich, but it sure might stop him from staying poor.
Let me pause here and ask you, which one of Michael's old habits might actually be keeping you from the life you want? Is it that burning need to impress people on payday? Is it maybe avoiding tracking your expenses because you're scared of what you'll see? Take a second to reflect on your own spending habits here. Michael found his discipline, and it fundamentally altered his trajectory forever.
Fast forward a bit, and the contrast is just undeniable. Every single payday, his friends are trapped in that exact same cycle, celebrating massively, but then begging to borrow money by the end of the month just to survive. But Michael, he is sleeping peacefully. Why? Because he knows tomorrow's bills are already paid. He successfully traded that fleeting high of the nightclub for the deep emotional payoff and peace of mind that comes with real structural security.
Okay, part 4, building wealth slowly, patience and time.
Now, let's be real. Financial change doesn't just happen over a weekend. It's a slow, largely unglamorous journey. Year 1, his savings were so tiny they barely filled a paper envelope. But he remembered the lesson: never, ever laugh at small savings. By year 3, those small savings added up to a deposit on a tiny piece of land. He started a slow-growing side business. By year 5, he actually built his first rental house on that land, and then the rent from that house helped him build another one. Finally, by year 10, he finished building his very own modest home. He didn't borrow money to impress people. He turned tiny, disciplined, completely unglamorous savings into actual, tangible assets. 10 years later, the day he finally gets the keys to his own home, Michael stands there in the empty living room. He remembers all those nights he went to bed hungry. He remembers blowing his entire salary in a single week. He closes his eyes and just whispers, "Thank you." When his mother comes to visit, she sheds literal tears of relief. She tells him she used to worry his small salary would ruin his life, and that she was so incredibly happy to be proven wrong. Against all odds, he had finally secured his future.
And that leads us to our final section, Part 5, Wisdom for a Lifetime. True Freedom.
You see, Michael's transformation wasn't just about his bank account. It was character deep. He eventually becomes an honest businessman and a truly compassionate landlord who never forgets what it felt like to struggle at the bottom. His story completely busts the ultimate myth, that you absolutely need a massive salary to build any wealth at all. The truth? Wealth is built one decision, one habit, and one saved dollar at a time. Michael's salary didn't change first, his habits did. He stopped trying to look rich and started learning how to actually become financially secure.
So, let's lock in the big actionable takeaways from Michael's journey. A salary can feed you for a month, sure, but wisdom, having a concrete, actionable plan, that provides for an entire lifetime. You don't have to be earning millions to start changing your future. You just have to be faithful and disciplined with the resources you already have in your hands right now. And absolutely most importantly, never laugh at small savings. Those tiny drops in the bucket, they eventually become the rock-solid foundation of your financial security. So, I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. When your very next paycheck arrives, what exactly is going to happen? Will it just vanish into the illusion of a weekend out, or is it going to be the first brick in the foundation of a completely different future? The choice, as always, is entirely yours. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Start planning, start building, and I will see you next time.